Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Nioh. I'm the Mysterious JG. And I think I did a little bit better with the gap between this video and the last than I did previous to that. I got it down from 7 months to, however many days. So that's not too bad. We are wandering around a map we've been on many, many times before. This time we're looking for the daughter of a dude and the something, and I don't really know. Kidnapped Goyle. And we're setting ourselves on fire and breathing our last. Oh boy, good thing those guys have really poor vision, because potentially could have had 3 different sets, or 3 different dudes all coming after us at once. Although I think I should have used an elixir there. I had a new one to pick up. Although I have fond memories of playing as Axe Guy and just spinning around like a goofball. It's probably not the smartest approach that you could possibly take in the game. How does this work again? I was really hoping only one of them would come charging. I had really hoped only one of them would come charging. I guess I should have blown up the guy with the horn, but I didn't know he had a horn. See if they have terrible, terrible peripheral vision. I was hoping they did, and they do. Please focus on the guy that you can actually stealth kill. Oh, and thank you for being really unobservant. Damn, I was just a little too close to him before I stopped running. Can't just guard forever, man. Eventually I'll defeat you with tick damage. It's not exactly what happened, but... For some reason I never like going into that one, that place there first. Uh-oh. Well, that would be a ranged guy probably. Oh, no. It's a ninja! Ooh. He's, showing me up a little bit. That evasion roll was mostly because I was afraid I was about to get shot. Yeah, so Ninja Guy gave me a little bit of a fight there. You missed. You hit. Didn't know who else was in that building with him. Okay, this little enclosed space is not doing any favors to my ability to see what's going on. And I was really worried that statue was about to come to life and attack. That's exactly the kind of thing that would be going on in here, that even though there's... Okay. But to say, obviously there's regular dudes wandering around in and out of this base who presumably would have been attacked by that demon if it was a demon, but... I didn't trust the game to not screw me over there. Hey, friend. Alright, so we kick that down. Don't know that I'll ever get around to climbing back up that, but we have the option. Looking around every nook and cranny out of habit, but there's no Kodama to find in this level, so really, the best thing to do would just be to find the kidnapped little girl and get out. That's right, I shot your friend in the face. What you gonna do? Alright. I hate this little cave zone. Or, yeah, I feel like it's just really designed to kill me. As most of the game is, of course, but... Alright, having cleared out every conceivable place for gunners and people to be hiding on the outside, let's hop into this. Let's come into this place, which may well be where everything is going down. Okay, so my efforts to sneak up on you didn't quite work. You like your evasive rolls, don't you, friend? I don't know if I allow myself to get intimidated or what, but I almost always find regular old human guards easier to deal with than anything that's vaguely demonic and supernatural. Don't really feel the need to trigger you, because that's going to reset all the enemies. That was probably significantly easier than approaching from the other direction. As a matter of fact, with all those poison traps, fighting that... Oh! Almost completely failed to notice you. Probably really a pain in the ass to come from the other direction on this stuff. To the point where I'm wondering if maybe the... No. This is all set up to be difficult if you're coming from this direction. So I had this weird notion that maybe at the end of this cave is the actual end of the level, but no, that wouldn't make much sense at all with my supposition about how this level's laid out. Well, there's certainly a treasure box of some kind in there. Let's see if I can get any kind of preview of what we're going to be facing. It would be worth laying down a poison trap before opening this door. But all I'm seeing are the statue guys, and I probably need to get close enough to trigger them. If they're even enemies this time. I know there was a way to tell, like a visual cue. I am drawing a blank on what it was. Okay, so maybe this isn't the end of the level after all. Travel amulet. Can't remember what that's useful for. Anybody over here? Just more loots. Okay, never mind. So it would have been a waste of a poison floor trap to set a trap here. Not that we have any great shortage of them. I haven't used one yet in this level. Anything interesting going on at ground level? I don't believe I cleared all the way out this far. I did kick down a ladder, which meant that if we were to drop down here, we could get back up fairly easily, but I don't know that there's a good reason to do so. Here's a guy that we killed from range, and I never bothered to find his loots. Here's a revenant. Meh, not gonna bother. I thought I was being a completionist by fighting the revenants, but it became fairly obvious that most of the folks who were watching the series back when I was updating it regularly, without 7-month breaks in between videos, got annoyed that I was fighting revenants because they thought I was just delaying things. And so I pretty much stopped. Well, it's starting to seem like whether it's yokai or these bandits, it's starting to seem like whoever's kidnapped this little girl has her in the catacombs, which I was afraid of, because that is, in my opinion, the hardest part of this map. I know every time they do the map, they lay out the traps and enemies a little differently, but that's pretty much been the part of the map that gives me the most trouble. Almost every variation on this we've seen. That being said, there is a way to get into the catacombs from above, which I find to be vaguely less dangerous to go through it that way than to enter on ground level. Maybe this will be the one exception to that rule. But it kind of seems like most of the traps are laid out to kill you if you're coming at it from ground level. It's really worth considering here that by coming at it this way, I've cleared everything except the catacomb, and it really might not be a bad idea now to go ahead and hit that shrine, because that way if I die, I'll spawn from this shrine and I'll be right here at this door, and yet I'm still not going to do that. I'm going to go with the fact that this is probably a kick down ladder. No, it's descend. Now, if I get into a room and there's suddenly like 8 Tengu demons or something, I'll be kicking myself. But for now, I'm going to go with, you've got almost all your health, you've got almost all of your elixirs and items. Don't hit a shrine. Oh, one of you. Alright, I'm going to hit the shrine. Again. If I die, the only possible way this could backfire on me, other than looking like a bit of a coward to the viewers at home, is that if I die and decide, oh, never mind, this is exactly the wrong direction from which to approach this shrine, it would be easier from the other direction. It's vaguely possible that that I should have approached from the other direction, and that coming from... Oh, that hurt me. Oh, that hurt me too. So never mind, that was a bad idea. But it's vaguely possible that, oh shoot, I really can't do it from this direction, it's too hard. I should be doing it from that first shrine instead. That could come back to backfire. What I have to remember now is, how do you do the gestures? You didn't like that. What? Come on. Okay, I kind of got... I guess it's a good thing I saved, but I felt like I got stun locked there. I know that when you do the gestures, there's kind of like a 1 in 3 chance that you placate it or whatever. And I thought it had something to do with what color its eyes are, and I was trying to do the ones that were the same color as its eyes, and that didn't seem to work. But yeah, once it hit me the first time, I never really felt like I got a chance to recover at all. That was frustrating. That being said, even if he's... Yeah, I'm not going to insist on fighting him. If he decides to be cool, I'll let it go. Because after all, I got my guardian spirit back, so I didn't really lose anything other than just looking like a douche. Wonder if it's worth dropping down here to kill this guy. If even this place is just full of regular enemies, it shouldn't be too bad. Although, certainly, having gotten killed by that monster, I can now say that saving was the right call. You jerk! I was going for stealth kill. Why didn't I get it? any of you guys might have dropped an elixir. None of you did. It's okay. Hopefully this corpse you guys are over here desecrating is worth it. Ninja's Tonfa. Sadly, Tonfa do not get any kind of bonus from dexterity as far as I know, so they really aren't great for a ninja build, despite what you might think. Always interesting when you fight an enemy with so many hit points that the stealth from behind attack isn't really enough to take it out. I see you there, friend. Don't fool me. You're ready to use dark magic and stuff. I called you friend sarcastically. You're not really my friends at all. Although so far none of these have actually done the poison cloud or fire explosion, which indicates they were going to attack you. Now, what do I remember about these levels? Oh yeah, when you have staircases, it tends to mean that Indiana Jones style boulder traps. I'm going to build a beautiful wall. Boulder traps tend to be a thing that's going to kill you. Once again, the stealth kill didn't work so much. Although, once again, these guys aren't really that threatening. Genji armor. If only I could transfer that over to my Final Fantasy XII game. They're the Crimson Pants of Kawagami Genjiro. The Genji armor. It is Hakama, I believe they are called. So here's another one. There's like an arrow trap here. So somewhere there's presumably a bit of floor where if I step on it, I get shot with an arrow. Yeah, I kind of figured that was about to happen. Okay. Let's try not to touch. That's probably that right there. Let's try not to touch that. Oh, fine, let's touch it. But let's be blocking when we do. Okay, let's keep blocking. Kind of an idiot there. I figured for some reason it would only shoot one. Well, how do I actually get this thing then? Okay. Is it going to fire anymore? You have to be standing here to even search it. Gotcha. Be real curious if the Senjuin Tachi is actually particularly special or good, since it kind of makes you jump right into that trap before you can get it. Saw something shining over there. Shitty. You're an enemy. This really didn't notice me. This is really close and really just not noticing me. It's important to always desecrate these statues, which are presumably sacred to someone. Jerk. Alright, don't remember this map very well. But I do know that creeping is a good idea around this place. Remembered that. Not 100% certain when it was going to trigger, but I kind of knew to be looking out for it. I think this approach, the creeping around all the time, I've certainly had people comment on it, both saying, hey, it's cool, and kind of wish you weren't doing it, but I think it's in character for this ninja. Oh, I suppose ninja's supposed to be sprinting around, leaping between shadows, but they sneak when they don't know where enemies are, right? Yeah, I think that's true. Am I back to... Yeah, I'm back near the entrance now. I think I dropped down from up here somewhere to kill an enemy off guard. Did I just go around in a circle? I think I did. Alright, so here was that wall statue guy. Drop down here, and if I bear right instead of left, there is... oh, maybe there was nothing. Maybe I went the only path I could. I kind of thought there's a branching path, yeah. So now I'll head this way. I will be a little annoyed with myself if I get all the way through this and find out that I missed something outside. I have to kill those enemies again, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think dude here might be a good indication that we've got exciting new content to explore ahead. Oh. I got Ruin's key. So that guy was some kind of boss? Like a mini-boss. I guess we couldn't clear this door without defeating him. I guess this is Sakon's daughter? Is that who we're here to rescue? I kept thinking there would be an enemy to fight in here. Okay. Just got my dumbass poisoned because I completely let my guard down. That was 100% a result of me letting my guard down, folks. Can't even pretend there's anything else to blame there. Okay, it looks like I might have actually cleared the level. Let's see what this young lady has to say now that I'm all poisoned. Or is it a trick trap? This year? I feel like this is a trick trap. Oh, is your father Sakon? Yeah, I think I might have killed him. Okay, never mind, that's it. That's the mission. Yeah, I don't remember if we killed Sakon or if Sakon escaped, but I thought Mitsunari... Oh, yeah, that's right. Mitsunari turned thousands of corpses into one super demon to save Sakon, I think. We definitely defeated him in combat. I just don't remember whether Sakon died or not. It's been 7 months. Yeah. Excellent work, William. I sent the girl back to the merchant. He was most grateful. Oh, maybe it's not... I guess it is Sakon's daughter. She must have been the daughter of an extremely well-known personage. So, options. That's how I would check. So, I got more Master Samurai's locks, a scorpion fish kabuto, some high-quality ingots, and highest quality lacquer. Oh, highest quality ingots. Highest quality lacquer. There's been a mission change to the Twilight missions. I could now do Bearer of Ill Tidings. Red colored skylit lake. Nah, I don't really need to do a Twilight mission right now. I want to continue on with the story. But let's take a break to go ahead and use these Master Samurai locks. Which gives me 27 Samurai skill points. I really feel like I ought to be able to spend those on something. So we got 3 Onmyo magic, which means I could still have 10 points left over and spend 3. But I don't really know what I'd want to spend them on right now. There's the Purging Talisman, Weakness Talismans. I think I've used them in the past, but haven't bothered with them since reallocating some points. Fire Stop. I could start spending Onmyo points to get permanent passive boosts against elements, but so far I have not, because it's expensive. I would need to spend 1 just to open this up, and then 2. So I could get +6 against fire or +6 against water. But then in order to get further levels of it, it would be more. So it's 6 points, or 3 points to get 3 points for each element to get +3 resistance, or +6 resistance, and then you open the door for more expensive additional blah blah blah. And Earth as well. Shockwave talismans. I'm Shockwave and I'm defending Cybertron. Looks kind of fun, but I don't really know that I'd use them. Purification thing. I think I got all... Why did I do that? I think it was a passive, so I figured it's worth doing once. But it's not a passive. It is a passive. This is versus Yokai Realm, and this gave me... Yeah, as I look at this, I'm not sure. I guess, other than extending the range of purification, I don't know why I bothered with that. Was I eventually looking to get Kekai Talismans? Creates compact barrier. Increased duration of Sacred Water. I don't even use Sacred Water. That's probably a deep flaw in my playstyle. Rejuvenation Talismans have been... I haven't used them as much as I was really expecting to. But, that's a passive I could increase, although actually that would take me down too low on points. I got all the Protect Talismans I can get. There's another one. 3 points for 3% damage resistance against yokai might be good. I just need to decide, is there another type of talisman that I want, or do I just want to start working on passives? Got all the Guardian Spirit Talismans possible, because early on that was the only thing I was able to do that was helping me with bosses. Living Weapon Time Extension, whatever. 1 more Ninja Skill Point, can't imagine there's anything I can buy for 1 point that's useful. 27 points to be spent on this stuff. Now, I went ahead and reallocated my points because I was putting points into Melee Mastery and then realizing I had a bunch of other passives that I should have been getting first. But I would pretty much need to, go back to Google and figure out what in order to avoid having to go through all this, every single one of these myself, I'd probably need to do a little hunting around on Google as to what passives are useful to you no matter what weapon you're using. See, some of this, this is Odachi only. So, Odachi is a fun weapon, but it's not the one I'm using. Kusarigama. Increased damage of final blows by 4%. That could be useful. I think I've decided that it's the weight that we're using with the attack I do most of the time. I'm not doing a whole lot with Flux. I'm not using final blows that often, although I've used it a few times in that video, so it's... Thing is, there's techniques that you can learn with Kusarigama, but I'm pretty much having my most luck with the basic high stance power attack. Or no, it's the weak. It's you do press towards and then do the weaker attack, and it's it's a ton of really high speed, low damage individual hits. So learning all this extra stuff, I don't know that I'd use it. That one looks like it would be fun, but tough to use properly. Increases damage dealt to enemies from behind by 3%. That could be useful. I need to just take a few minutes when I'm not recording and actually really carefully plan out these samurai skill points, because I've collected quite a few. Which makes me think that at some point 7 months ago I hadn't decided how to use them. So I don't want to just like quickly use them and then decide I don't really agree with it anymore. This was a technique I was using a lot, and I reallocated my points, but this was fun for a while. Massively boosts damage of attacks that reduce your key gauge to 0. I mean, I could just get all the life boosts. Whatever I do with these, I'm going to do off screen. Let's close out the video by doing one last thing. Let's go to the shrine. Let's see. Scorpionfish Kabuto. Don't know that I would use this. And I can certainly, I believe, replace it. There's a Kusarigama that is not part of the set I'm currently using. Some of these things that I don't feel like going through them. It's possible I'm giving away stuff that's better than the best thing I have that is the same class. This thing, break +7. It was a bit of work to get, but really it doesn't seem like it's that great. Let's see, attack damage 455. I might kick myself later, but I kind of doubt it. I'm really sticking with the stuff that's in my current set. Unless somebody can, I come across something really impressive. Weakened armor could be interesting. There's nothing worth switching away from my current set for yet. Ooh, here is this is part of the set that I'm actually using. This might actually be my new sword, even though I don't use the swords that much. So I will lock this. And the Fanatic's armor. I think I had... Oh no, this stuff is new. So let me lock that and get rid of this. It was a different piece of Fanatic's armor that I had... Kaido Maru. Don't remember if I've got a full set of that or not. Obliterating Tonfa. This is the thing, you get to a point where you just don't feel like dealing with all this inventory anymore. So I might have to go through and do a serious inventory management soon. But now I think I'm well and truly into stuff that I had not dealt with before, or that I've already dealt with before. So we're not quite ready to level up, but we're getting fairly close. I'm going to call it a video now. When we come back, we are going to... I don't know if there's not another side mission to do. One thing that did happen between... in those 7 months, really within the last couple of days, but... I unlocked the last of these masters. I got enough skill points with Tonfa while grinding off screen and refamiliarizing myself with the controls that we could fight the Tonfa master. We might do that next time. We might jump into another mission. Either way, next video will be coming soon. Certainly sooner than 7 months. Bye-bye.